It's been quite fulfilling to me to have tangible results of my actions and of the team's actions. So one of the biggest things for me in that regard has been going to Butler Farm every week and just seeing every week how it's come along and developed and changed and advanced because of the things that I did last week and or that we did last week. So it's been really powerful to me just to actually be able to see and feel that change.
When I think of a greener Kamloops, at least from my perspective, the first thing that comes to mind is sort of how we use our land and how the land around us in an urban environment can kind of be modified in a way that's like a little bit more environmentally friendly. So I think a big part of that is how do we treat our yards? Do we use pesticides? Do we plant for pollinators? Things like that. And then also how do we grow our food? Food is obviously something that we all need and something that's a big part of our lives. And I think even making the transition to just growing in a slightly more environmentally friendly way would actually make a really big difference for our environment.
I think my favorite part about working on Butler Farms is connecting with Mother Earth and being one with the earth and just knowing that I'm helping solve a little bit of the problem. It's just like a little place where it's like in the busyness of the town, you can like come here and it's just so calm and like you know it's a good place because they're doing great things, so it makes it even better. Working in the environment has just gave me this understanding that our well-being is so intertwined with our land and our surroundings and our environment, and if we don't take care of what we're given, it directly affects who we are.
I don't think that sustainability or climate action means you have to let go of the things you love. I think it oftentimes means you have to change the things you love a little bit and adapt them, but I think that I think everyone can still enjoy their hobbies and love what they love.
I think there needs to be more jobs like this and more opportunities like this. And it's not up to the older people or the people above us. It's up to us to make our own change.
Ambitious climate action is a realistic goal. Like, we can cut down emissions, we can do everything to make sure that the earth is going to be around a bit longer.
If more people get involved, who knows, maybe it'll become countrywide, not just province-wide. And I think that'd be something that's amazing to see, because I think more youth need to know that they're valued and that they have purpose in the world.
We're headed to disaster, as I see it. Not just global warming, but militarism, social inequality, the gap between the rich and the poor. If we don't make, in my view, if we don't make some kind of a qualitative change in how we do things, eventually something will break. If we want to go forward by adjusting things, gradually bending rather than breaking, we need to get on it. We need to really do it and not put it off. And it's got to be the young people that do it, because the older people are too set in their ways. They are just not going to do it. I've tried to lead a meaningful life in my own way, and I have taken the path less traveled. And I thought I would write a lot myself, but I just don't seem to get around to it. I write basically every day, but it's mostly like Facebook posts and so on. I was kind of welcoming the opportunity that you provided to try to tie things together, because most people only know me through the armband case. And my life is really more than that. That's why.
So the one that I'm cooking, I'm gonna use a different noodle because I personally don't like the thick noodles that we traditionally use. At home, my dad would cook both types of noodles because my sister would like that type, but my brother and I prefer vermicelli, so I'm gonna use vermicelli.
Yeah. And for sinigang, it's usually pork belly or the pork ribs. but I actually like the pork shoulder kind. But I'm using pork belly today because it's like more traditional. And also you can make it with salmon, which I also really enjoy, but I don't think it's very traditional, but it's like a really good alternative, especially during Lent when we can't eat meat. So I think that's like why in the Philippines we use fish a lot as well.
I remember like hating eating this low key because my dad would make it literally all the time and I would get tired of it so quick. But now I'm in college and I can see why he'd make it so often.
It was like one of those foods that I never really got sick of. So like whenever my mom cooked it, I never was like, oh, like sinigang again. Like I was always very excited since it is one of my favorites. I think one of like my favorite memories with it is there's like a spicy version, and especially in the winter, growing up in Indiana when it's like really, really cold, eating it with it like extra spicy was really, really good. And it always like warmed me up after like playing outside in the snow.
To be who you are, it means to live your truth unapologetically. Whoever you are, faults, good things, everything you go through, everything that makes you you, that's what it means to be who you are.
Welcome to the St. Croix Snack Shack, Hudson's go-to summer destination for delicious treats.
We are located along the scenic St. Croix River in the heart of downtown Hudson.
We opened in summer of 2022 with the intention of building a community around summer fun in our local lakefront park.
Here at the Snack Shack, we pride ourselves on being family-friendly and offering delicious treats, from snow cones to hot dogs to our iconic river sticks. We have a little bit of something for everybody.
Make sure not to miss out on the exciting community events by the Snack Shack. From concert nights to family beach days, there's always something happening in Lakefront Park.
Our team is excited and ready to make your lakefront experience a great one.
Make this summer one to remember at the St. Croix Snack Shack. And don't forget, snack local.
The dead is a miracle, doc. They counted me out. Moment of truth, counting it down. Underdog story was down for the count. Back on my feet, back with a mic, back on the beat, back with a family that bang in the streets. The game on lock, I stand with a key. Standing my ground, I am planning to flee. Standing my ground, I am planting my feet. Taking a stand, embracing my destiny, shaking his hand. Flipping the script, changing the plans. Off to the top and I'm taking the fans. Making them jump, making them dance. Making them jump, making them dance. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. ambitious, kill it, I'm vicious, Mr. Determined. Riding the storm, but focus on rainbow connections like Kermit. The water on my shoulders, it was a burden. Now I don't notice it, everything turning, everything shifting, doing it different. I'm floating, I'm drifting. Shout out the slums, round the world we uplifted, doing it big. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. We about to change.
Si yo me vine a este país fue precisamente para progresar, para que mis hijos estudiaran y gracias a Dios todos están con una carrera, tienen sus buenos trabajos y pues no puedo pedirle más a la vida ni a Dios porque estoy muy bendecida. Siento orgullo por mis nietas, sobre todo Samantha, que veo que es una muchachita muy estudiosa, muy inteligente y para mí eso, me siento orgullosa de ella. Y así son todos mis nietos, los demás. Son niños muy buenos, están con buena preparación y pues ahorita todos están bien, gracias a Dios.
So I'm backing you up too?
I really don't like being filmed 100% of the time. Like, I'm okay with this, but like when my dad does it for some reason, it somehow frustrates me.
This is the best way to expose these kids throughout the SNS. We had 2 channels. One is The Young Bro. That is a sports channel, so jiu-jitsu, judo.
Because he's saying he's doing this for us. I'm not saying they're bad parents, but I don't really want him to do it. So he's like, I'm doing this for you, but like, I never asked you to do this for me. Why are you like complaining to me about it? A lot of times too, my brothers get mad like when my dad like pulls out a camera at a random time and like films us like eating, or like when we're like trying to relax and then he just pulls out a camera on us. And then my brother's like, man, what the fuck is he doing right now? I'm so mad. And I'm like, it's just, and then I'm feeling like a little bit the same too.
And this guy thinking maybe they will be with me forever, but it's just like how many years? Maybe 4 or 5 years. So they gone. I just try to enjoy myself as much as possible, regardless they prey on me. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just try to follow them.
In that split second, when I'm over the hurdle, it feels like I'm flying. It's an incredible feeling, like I'm soaring over all of my obstacles. Once I got to college, I wanted to create a network of support for hurdlers and track athletes.
Okay, so hey girls, how are you doing? I'm just gonna do a check-in with you guys.
So I created Hurdle Diva LLC, a lifestyle brand that encourages and guides young female hurdlers to be the best versions of themselves on and off the track. Just like in hurdling, I'm going to take life one obstacle at a time. I'm Jalaysiya Smith, and I'm an athlete plus an entrepreneur.
Now, it's worth noting that this technology is far from perfect. My biggest criticism of it is that it doesn't really do anything to accelerate the process of decarbonization, the process by which we do things that don't put carbon dioxide into the atmosphere in the first place. But on the bright side, those kinds of things are happening, and the pace at which they're happening is already speeding up. We're getting better at producing energy without having to burn things, and we're getting better at moving ourselves via transportation without emitting greenhouse gases. And for me, personally, more than just buying time, technologies like this offer me hope. Hope that we can fix things before climate change gets really out of hand. Hope. I need that. And I have a feeling more than just a few of you need it too.